key pollutant in the air reached the levels over 420. This means AQI crossed the severe category mark. But right now, where I'm standing in New Delhi, the AQI is just around 5 to 10. How? Well, let's find out. So what you have built here is a safe haven, a green oasis, a solution right in the middle of Delhi. So Peter and Nino, explain to us, what have you done here? What is the larger mission?
What we did was a very simple thing. There's only one entrance to this house, these doors. And these doors are from our old fort in our village which fell down. We pulled them out from there. And what we've done is, see, let's go back to what the natural system was. This is a cooler pattern. It is 6 feet wide, 8 feet high, and it is filled with wood shavings. And there's a pump that is running water on it 24/7. So, and here inside there's an exhaust fan. So you can see this fan is 18 inches. There's another fan there that's 24 inches. It's pulling the air in. So what it is doing is, it is first purifying the air. Outside is 400, and here inside it is 5. And you can see how cool the air is. So
I can actually feel it. We cannot show this to you on the camera, but the air here is much cooler and much fresh. You can actually feel how clean it is here.
Well, it's mountain air, as someone said, PM 2.5, 5 and 10. So this air, besides being purified, it also cools. So when in summer, temperatures outside are 45, inside home is 25, no air conditioning. So this is what we are trying to show. And this is a veranda. And my wife, she's the plant expert. So we have fish tanks. From there the water is coming. And you can see here, the water is flowing from the fish tanks. And here
We'll go, deeper into this. But explain to us, he was talking about your disease and how this idea came to you, and that was like the awakening call for both of you. And I think it's very important for viewers as well. Please tell us, how did this start, and now what is your mission here?
Well, in 1998, I was diagnosed with leukemia, and I had to continuously have chemotherapy. So I was getting treatment in All India Institute, and they said that there is a Vaid in Dehradun who might be able to help you somewhat. So we went to see him. The takeaway that we got from there was that he said, in Ayurveda, you can eat some non-vegetarian food, but you should limit your intake of red meat, but eat sattvic food. So we said, what is sattvic food? Sattvic food is organic food, freshly prepared. He said, when you cook food and put it in the fridge and keep reheating it, it becomes tamasic. The molecular structure of food changes. People are doing that all the time now. So from then on, we only eat freshly cooked food, and in our fridge there's only fruit and vegetable and organic. So we live in clean air, we grow our own food, and we are happy to share it with other people too, because we sell our extra produce.
This is what they're doing here. They're growing their own organic food here. And explain to us, what all are you growing here, and how does the system work? Because as you've said, it is a self-sustainable model here, right?
Absolutely.
see, we have no air coming into the house from anywhere. This goes all around, and you'll see at the back there's a complete greenhouse. The only air is coming from here. It's going through the veranda. There are fans ahead. It's being circulated through the entire greenhouse, through our house and out.
So it's like your own atmosphere here.
Yeah, we have fresh mountain air flowing through our house all the time. If you use an air filter, you put it in a room, that same air is recirculating. It's not fresh air. In our case,
People often look to air purifiers as a solution right now.
see, an air purifier costs you 10,000-15,000, and each room has to have an air purifier. But what is it doing? It's recirculating the air inside your room, which is what an air conditioner is also doing. Now we have fresh air from here, the polluted air from outside, converted to fresh, cool air, going through the greenhouse, through our house and out. There's an exhaust fan outside our kitchen. So we'll show you. There's only one window that side where the air comes in to the house and it goes out.
The air that comes in is cleaned, filtered, and oxygenated. We'll show you all the plants we're growing. It's oxygenated, and so we can breathe clean air.
And I think that shows in your energy as well.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm 80.
Yeah.
I can work. I can sit down on my feet and work.
I would have difficulty doing that, I think so.
She's 70.
I'm 70 and I'm happy to say I'm active.
So this is a mini model of what we call aquaponics, right? Yes. So could you go ahead and explain to our viewers how does this work?
Well, we are saying that you can put this on a balcony or a small area, so inside a home. So you keep fish in a small aquarium. These are ornamental fish, koi carp. The water is flowing down into a tray, which is full of, in this case, lettuce. Then it flows to the next tray, which has spinach, and then it flows into a tank. And from the tank, it is pumped up, goes back up and down again. Now, these are what are called aeroponic towers. So there's lettuce, there's spinach, there's mint, and right on top you can see there's bok choy, there's a tomato. We can grow chilies. So the idea is that you can, in a small space, you can grow your own greens and your own salad.
Okay. So I'd like to know what is the cost of this model and how do we run this?
See, this model we built as a small trial model. This costs about 10,000 and it has 200 plants in it.
The important point you've made here that you have 200 plants here in a very small setup, something that's very self-sustainable and at the cost of 10,000.
2 feet wide, 4 feet long, 6 feet high. You can put it in a balcony, you can put it inside a room. These grow lights are artificial grow lights which give full sunlight. They are available from a company in Pune. So you can grow your own food in a limited space.
And how much maintenance does this model require?
Nothing.
Okay.
You feed the fish, you harvest the plant. When you harvest it, you resow it, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think that's the beauty of this model, at how simple and effective this is.
Yeah, this is the smallest model. Then we have large models. We have models for balconies, for rooftops, for gardens. And here you can see we have this whole greenhouse. And it's all covered by a poly sheeting. And this is UV resistant. So it only allows in natural light, cuts off ultraviolet light, and then it doesn't allow outside air to come in.
Those are the pipes that are pumping water in this model, and the water is going beneath this, right?
This is a north-facing garden. So in winter, we have a little less light here. So we grow plants that require a little less light. So we grow celery, which is a very nutritious salad. We have kale, we have bok choy, and we have mint. So that is what we grow here in the winter. And the beauty is, let me show you.
Now, I want to mention to our viewers that we are using no soil here, absolutely.
So this is bok choy, and as you can see, the roots are going into the water. The water is flowing below the gravel. So you don't see the water, but there's all water that's going back to the fish tank.
Just like you lifted, you can actually see the water that is going beneath these lanes, and you have this in all the 4 lanes, right?
Yes, absolutely. That is what aquaponics is. The water flows underneath. The plants take the nutrition from the water, clean the water, and it goes back to the fish tank. So it's a closed loop recirculating system.
Just pluck some mint and you'll see how fresh it is.
See how fragrant this mint is? Now, normally,
Oh yes, it is.
mint grows in the dirtiest drains. The dirtier the drain, the more lush the mint. So even whether you buy a salad or you buy any herb, the quality of the area where it grows impacts your health. Around Delhi, most of the greens, especially spinach, is grown in sewage around the city. Now that causes so many diseases. So that's why it's very important to have healthy greens.
Exactly. You know, earlier we used to say eat your greens, but now the motto is eat your healthy greens because we no longer know where our greens are being grown, basically.
But we have to respect our bodies and put into our bodies food that is healthy. That is, well, we are very passionate about not eating any processed foods. That's another story.
All right. So let us go to the fish tank and understand how the water is basically going beneath these levels.
So how it works is that you can see here, there's this pump throwing water like that. So this is also creating oxygen and is creating a circular current of the water. So there's a vertical pipe you see there, that T. So what happens is from there, that goes down to the floor of the tank. It's got small cuts at the bottom. So the water, the fish waste collects in the center, and it comes out from there and goes out. And here you can see, let me show you, this water is coming back from the plants.
And it is
And-
clean.
It's totally clean. There's no smell. So basically, what are we doing is feeding the fish. The fish eat the feed. Fish waste collects in the tank. So we have created a natural system where the water is going round and round. So it's as if the fish are in a stream. The fish waste goes to the bottom. It goes out. It goes to the plants. We showed you that bamboo, into the plants. It's coming through the beds. And there's one pump there.
And what you have created here is also like a loop where
Yes.
the water is transported.
So aquaponics mimics nature. The clouds are the pump, and there's only one pump. The rest is all automatic. So we are creating a natural system of growing food with just fish waste feeding the plants cleaning the water, taking the nutrition, giving it back to the fish. So we are using, here we've got 15,000 plants growing in this greenhouses here on the rooftop, only 1,000 liters of water.
I think that with that you are addressing a very major problem that we face in urban cities, that is shortage of water. Okay, so you have aquaponic towers here, you have lettuce growing here. So tell us that how many plants you have here, what is the size of it, and how does the system work?
Well, these are racks with about 3,000 plants of lettuce. So now the beauty of aquaponics is you don't need any daily work. We plant the lettuce in pots, and as they keep growing, lettuce needs only about 6 weeks. So we have 6 rows of lettuce. Each tray has pots, and as you can see, the roots are growing in water. Here they are, and the water is trickling from above down to the next row and the next row, going right down, going out, and it's re-pumped and recycled again. So we grow about 3,000 plants. Every week we harvest it, we supply it, we enjoy it every day ourselves, and we supply it to people who give us orders, and we can supply them fresh lettuce. So this is 2-week-old lettuce. This is about 2 to 3 weeks. This is maybe a week earlier. This is 4 weeks old, and this is 6-week-old lettuce. So we have lettuce of different ages, and accordingly then we harvest it.
I think that's a very important point that you've made, that you also sell it to other people. So, innovators, entrepreneurs, people who want to, build something out of their home. So this is the model that they can actually apply.
Absolutely. So we can share what we grow with people who appreciate it. And in a small space, we are showing you can grow your own food. We can cover our costs of production by selling. And here, because there's no natural light in each rack, so as you can see, we have artificial grow lights. These are special grow lights for greenhouses, and they give the full spectrum of light. So we can have in a small space, you can have a large number of.
Somebody, if they don't have a well-lit house, then they can also grow this. Okay, explain the economics of this to me. How much does it cost for you to produce this? And after harvest, do you guys make profit?
Well, we do, because there's a capital cost involved, of course, because you have to set up the infrastructure to grow the plants, but the running cost is very low. And so when one's covered, according to FAO, the capital cost is recovered in about a year or two, and then our running cost is very low, so we cover at least our running cost in the vegetables that we sell, besides the joy it gives us.
Exactly. So a sustainable model, and also a model that can help you make money at home at a very small scale as well. So let's go ahead and see what else do we have here. So what are we growing here?
Now these are brilliant because one tar, it's called an aeroponic tar. Water is trickling from above. There is a sponge going down the middle. See the roots? You can see the roots of the baby spinach. Now inside each tar, there's a sponge hanging down. The sponge absorbs the water. The roots can take up the nutrient, and in one tar, you have 35 plants. So that is the beauty of being able to grow in a small space. You can grow so many plants.
We all dream of having our own kitchen garden, growing our own greens and eating them. But here is Nino's dream. She's built this over years. So tell us, how do you do this?
Well, we can grow all our seasonal vegetables here. I've got sarson, I've got kale, I've got Chinese cabbage, I've got broccoli, I've got tomato, and there's a wonderful dark green leaf which is actually from Taiwan. I've got it from the US. When people go abroad, somebody would ask for, I don't know, whatever, but I get my special seeds that I really value, the heirloom seeds. So this is a green called chijimisai, which has 4 times as much vitamin A than carrots, and is delicious. So this is my joy. We've got spring onions, we've got cabbage, we've got cauliflower, and whatever the seasonal vegetables are, because this is up on the roof, we grow. And we enjoy ourselves, pluck them. I'll just show you. I've got lovely mooli here, and share them with people who appreciate our organic vegetables.
Another important point here is that you use no chemicals, and you use recycled water, right? So how do you do that?
Well, for where chemicals are concerned, we get the aquaponics water, which is pumped up. For tomatoes especially, where you need extra nutrients, I use crushed eggshells, I use mashed banana peels, I use coffee grounds, and mustard oil cake, which we soften and ferment for a few days. So these are the extra nutrients that we give our tomatoes. Then for our pest control, so we use no chemicals. So we use neem oil. We use where they're still stubborn. Then we soak garlic and red chilies, and we filter those and we spray them. They don't like the smell. So that's what we do. That without chemicals, we can still produce healthy organic vegetables.
Well, courtesy the incredible duo Nino Kaur and Peter Singh. Thank you so much for speaking to India Today Global.
Well, we are happy to share and show by example. We can do it, and so can everyone.
That's exactly. Do it. Come here, learn about it, do our courses, come and see, copy it, do it. We don't mind.
Well, that's the message we're leaving you with, that you can do it yourself. You can live in a much more sustainable way, breathe a cleaner air, and grow your own food. And this was just a DIY course on that with these two individuals. Thank you so much for watching this with me, Ishita Mitra. Stay tuned to India Today Global.